This is the Takara Tomy ANIA Animal Adventure Jurassic World Amargasaurus dinosaur. Amargasaurus is a genus of sauropod dinosaur from the early Cretaceous epoch, 129.4 to 122.46 Maya, of what is now Argentina. The only known skeleton was discovered in 1984 and is virtually complete, including a fragmentary skull, making Amargasaurus one of the best known sauropods of its epoch. Amargasaurus was first described in 1991 and contains a single known species, Amargasaurus kazaui. It was a large animal, but small for a sauropod, reaching 9 to 10 meters, 30 to 33 feet, in length. Most distinctively, it sported two parallel rows of tall spines down its neck and back, taller than in any other known sauropod. In life, these spines most likely could have stuck out of the body as solitary structures that supported a keratinous sheath. An alternate hypothesis, now less favored, postulates that they could have formed a scaffold supporting a skin sail. They might have been used for display, combat, or defense. Amargasaurus was discovered in sedimentary rocks of the La Amarga Formation, which dates back to the Barremian and late Aptian stages of the early Cretaceous. A herbivore, it shared its environment with at least 3 other sauropod genera, which might have exploited different food sources in order to reduce competition. Amargasaurus probably fed at mid-height, as shown by the orientation of its inner ear and the articulation of its neck vertebrae, which suggests a habitual position of the snout 80 cm, 31 inches, above the ground and a maximum height of 2.7 meters, 8.9 feet. Within the Sauropoda, Amargasaurus is classified as a member of the family Dicreusauridae, which differs from other sauropods in showing shorter necks and smaller body sizes. The only known skeleton, specimen number Makanin 15, was discovered in February 1984, by Guillermo Rougier during an expedition led by Argentine paleontologist José Bonaparte. This was the 8th expedition of the Project Jurassic in Cretaceous terrestrial vertebrates of South America, which was supported by the National Geographic Society and initiated in 1975 to improve on the sparse knowledge of the Jurassic and Cretaceous tetrapod life of South America. The same excursion uncovered the nearly complete skeleton of the horned theropod Carnotaurus. The discovery site is located in the La Amarga Arroyo in the Picon Lufu department of New Cane province in northern Patagonia, 70 kilometers, 43 miles, south of Zapala. The skeleton stems from sedimentary rocks of the La Amarga Formation, which dates to the Barremian through early Aptian stages of the early Cretaceous, or around 130 to 120 million years ago. The skeleton is reasonably complete and includes a partial skull. Sauropod skull bones are rarely found, and the Amargasaurus skull is only the second skull known from a member of the Dicreusauridae. Major parts of the skeleton were found in their original anatomical position, the vertebral column of the neck and back, which consisted of 22 articulated vertebrae, was found connected to both the skull and the sacrum. Of the skull, only the temporal region and the brain case are preserved. The sacrum, despite being partly eroded prior to burial, is fairly complete. Most of the tail is missing, with 3 anterior, 3 middle, and 1 posterior vertebrae being preserved, along with fragments of several others. The shoulder girdle is known from the scapula, shoulder blade, and coracoid, which sits on the lower end of the scapula, while the pelvis is merely known from the ilium, the uppermost of the 3 pelvic bones. The limbs are equally fragmentary, with the manus, hand, and most of the pes, foot, missing. The skeleton is currently stored in the collection of the Bernardino Rivadavia Natural Sciences Museum in Buenos Aires. The first, unofficial, mention of Amargasaurus as a new genus of dinosaur was published by Bonaparte in the 1984 Italian book Sulle orme dei dinosauri. Here, the species was designated as Amargasaurus groberi, honoring Pablo Grober, which was changed into Amargasaurus kazaui in the official description published several years later. The official description, written in Spanish, was published in 1991 by Leonardo Salgado and Bonaparte in the Argentinian scientific journal Imagineana. The name Amargasaurus alludes to the site of discovery, the La Amarga Arroyo. La Amarga is also the name of a nearby town, as well as the geologic formation the remains were recovered from. The word amarga is Spanish for bitter, while sauros is Greek for lizard. The one species, A. kazaui, is named in honor of Luis Kazao, a geologist with the YPF Oil Company, which at the time was state-owned. In 1983, Kazao informed Bonaparte's team about the paleontological significance of the La Amarga formation, leading to the discovery of the skeleton. 1 year later, Salgado and Jorge O. Calvo published a second paper focusing on the description of the skull. Thanks for watching! Don't forget to like our Facebook page and share the video!